there, peasants, and welcome to today's video. Now, we're doing something a little bit differently today, where I'm going to be having a little chat about what I think of an upcoming game. And this one is known as Overwatch. Now, for those of you who don't know what Overwatch is yet, you should probably kind of wake up and kind of look on the internet. But Overwatch is an upcoming multiplayer first-person shooter, which is being made by Blizzard. Now, Blizzard are the guys, obviously, who make World of Warcraft, everything like that. So they have a huge kind of pedigree when it comes to the whole MMO scene, but not so much in the first person. So it was a little bit weird when I first saw these guys doing a first person sort of thing. I was kind of like, okay, that's interesting. And obviously they made Heroes of the Storm as well, I believe. They had quite a massive, obviously huge influence from all their previous games on that one. But Overwatch is something different. It kind of takes from lots of different games that they've either had a play in or either must be fans in, and kind of crammed them into something a little bit different. Now, this kind of takes a lot of examples from different games. So it has like a cartoony-esque, which you could almost kind of compare slightly to World of Warcraft, because that has a very cartoony, over-exaggerated look to the game. And Overwatch kind of has that as well. It has a lot of the pictures you look at, you can see that each of the different characters has kind of semi-over-exaggerated looks to them, whether that is their hair, how thin they are, how big they are. Their arm sizes, for example, are often quite large. That comes to me from World of Warcraft, but it also has a lot of the colourfulness of something like Team Fortress 2. Now, the problem with Team Fortress 2 is because it's so well established in itself, any game which is very similar to it will obviously always be compared to Team Fortress 2. So in this case, Overwatch is very similar from TF2 to TF2. It takes quite a few examples, I suppose, from TF2. The fact that it is a class-based shooter rather than, you can just kind of grab any old gun and do whatever. The main difference is, for me, Overwatch is a lot more like original Team Fortress 2. Nowadays, Team Fortress 2 is just all about hats and various other items and stuff. However, Overwatch is kind of going back to the original TF2, where you only had a certain set of guns. There wasn't all these other ones you could get. There was basically whatever you had was whatever you had. For example, the demo man had his grenade launcher, his sticky bomb launcher, and his bottle. That was it. That's all he had. 3 different weapons for each situation. However, Overwatch has one weapon and one weapon only. So this is where it takes from something like Dota or any kind of like MOBA kind of game, like Heroes of the Storm or whatever, where you have one weapon, which that weapon has a particular set of skills, or you as a character has a particular set of additional skills and what you can kind of do something with. Now, for me, that is an interesting look at shooters, because you don't really get that. You get, often or not, a couple of guns that you get to play with, and however you are good with that gun is however you are good with that gun or not. However, in Overwatch, you have your base weapon, plus some extra skills. It's obviously some extra skills and then some sort of ultimate, which is where the whole Dota, MOBA, kind of Heroes of the Storm side comes in, because whenever you play that game, you get yourself... I'm not a massive MOBA kind of player, but I do know how they work. So you've got, obviously you've got your main ways of getting up to your ultimate by just kind of doing various things, whether that's healing or tanking or whatever. That is where and why you get that. Now, that's, for me, that is a really interesting look of how this works. It's very, very... The best kind of way I can kind of describe Overwatch is almost like a first-person version of this. Now, for me, that's interesting, and I got a chance to play it just as the weekend test. It wasn't... I'm not part of the closed beta yet. Hopefully, fingers crossed, when it kickstarts again, I will be, because I've been signed up for the beta for Overwatch since it was announced back in, like, 2014. So it's been quite a while since, at least, when you can at least put your application in for the beta. I just haven't been lucky enough to get it. However, I did play it, and I streamed it for a good hour and a half to 2 hours when it was available, and I played it pretty heavily over those weeks. So I haven't had like the hundreds and hundreds of hours that some people have had by having the beta, but I've clocked in at least 20, I suppose. Thankfully, at least a decent amount where I can get a good idea of the game. Now, I will be featuring this game on the channel. It will definitely be here. My channel's roots are Team Fortress 2, so it will be really nice to kind of go back to a different sort of game, go back to that kind of era of playing, these kind of things, which was shooters. I mean, like I said, I started on TF2 back when TF2 was in its prime, I guess, a good 5 years ago. However, I haven't really done anything since then. It's been primarily, you know, RPGs and whatnot. But I am looking forward to this game, and I am really hoping that I get into the beta. And I really think that you guys should look it up as well. Now, a lot of people are saying it could even be Game of the Year already. Total Biscuit has been saying that. A lot of people have been kind of up and down. I could kind of agree with the guy because it works. I mean, I played the game for as short amount of time as I did play it. I really, really enjoyed it. The first game I played, if you don't believe me, go and have a look at my video, which I did for, it was a couple of weeks ago now, when it was out on the beta. I played it, and the first match I played, it's been a long time since I've had that much fun just picking up a game and playing it. Usually there's something in the background where you're kind of thinking, oh, do I have the time to do this, do I have time to do that? But for this, I picked it up, played it for however long I played it for on the stream, and I don't think I had a game where I was like, oh, for crying out loud, I hate this game, boring, blah, blah, blah. But for me, obviously there's always that frustrating time within a game where you have to kind of put up with the idiots or do whatever. But for this, I really enjoyed it. And for me, I am definitely going to be getting this game. I don't know how much it's going to cost yet. It's probably, well, I think it's like 45 quid, I think, on the Battle.net store, which is a lot, in all fairness, for the game that it is. But PC is becoming its own kind of thing now, so the prices are starting to go up, which is a shame, but oh well. The reasons I like it is because it's different. It's not the same as all the previous kind of shooters that are going around at the moment. I mean, as much as I enjoy Battlefield, they're pretty much the same as always now. Call of Duty is the same as it has been since Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's been like that, and it's boring. But it is going to be appearing on my channel quite heavily. I'm thinking of doing, obviously, just random games where I can just chat, because I do tend to do a lot of live commentaries nowadays, but it's been a long time since I've done just kind of just voiceover commentaries where I can talk about whatever I want to talk about, and Overwatch is kind of a game which you can do that, so it'd be really nice to get back to that. The beta, you can still sign up for it. I recommend you do so if you're lucky enough to get in, and I don't. I hate you, but nonetheless, give it a go, guys. You should try this game out, because I think if you like any kind of shooter or any kind of TF2 game, you will enjoy this. There's loads of people you can play as. There's like 21 different people or something stupid. I will try and do kind of reviews on each character and what and how they work when it comes out. And it is due out this spring, so it's not far away, a couple of months. I mean, obviously, spring, April, May, I'm going to thinking of probably when it's going to be out. I wish it would be out sooner, but oh well, hopefully the beta comes out. But yes, do check this game out, guys. Google it. Just Google Overwatch. It's part of the Battle.net sort of stuff. You can download it now. You can get it pre-ordered and all kind of stuff. So I recommend you do it. So thank you very much. This has been a different video for me. I don't tend to do these very often, but it's just an explanation of what it is and why I'm looking forward to it. I really think you guys should look out for it if you haven't already. Do please go and have a look. Anyway, guys, thank you very, very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video where there is the typical voiceover stuff, then do let me know. It's been a long time since I've done something like this. The videos which you've been watching are just generic different things for Overwatch. Some of it has been my own gameplay, but that's just been where I've ripped it back off of a stream I did before. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give us a good old-fashioned like rating if you did enjoy this, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. The question is, where does debate go? Two new friends. Right, okay. We're gonna have the first person gonna go. I found the freaking stairs again. Okay, we're just gonna spam the hit.